It is the requirement for every immigrant entering this country to now begin to assimilate to Western society. You can't go to China, live in China, and not assimilate to Chinese society, Asian society. You can't even go to well, they're doing it in the UK. We see that already. You can't go to Africa and think that you're going to live in Ghana, like some black people want to run away to Ghana. They think or you want to run to South America, Belize. You think that's the answer, the cure-all to all your issues. No, you can't go there and do what the hell you want to do when you want to do it and think that you're living in their culture and you have these freedoms, these rights, and these liberties, and go as far as to wave the American flag in their culture. They will look at you, and call you crazy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They're going to say, hey, you, come over here. Let me whip your ass. Okay? And you're going to wonder, I'm an American. Why are they doing this to me?
Amazing. Incredible. Outstanding. Amazing.
Because you think that you can do it and that's okay. You think that the world around us revolves, and moves like the United States does. No, you forget that we set the pace and they follow, okay? And they recognize certain things that we do that's stupid and they wouldn't let it happen. And one thing is letting a foreigner national coming to their country claim citizenship and then commence to convert their society to reflect where they came from. That's my biggest problem with the Somalian community. That's my biggest problem with any immigrant that comes here and doesn't want to assimilate to Western culture. That's why I say the Muslim Brotherhood has no place in Western culture. Islam is challenged by Western culture because the way we do things in the West, 250 years, we're still here. We've only had one civil war. We've been a part of multiple world wars, World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, in maintaining, sustaining society, the global economy. I damn well say America's done its part, okay? So it has earned the right for immigrants to come here and to look like, to evolve, to assimilate to this Western society that they believe economically is the way out, and they're coming here for freedom to express their religion, freedom to live, to grow, to build a family. Why not assimilate to the society? Why not? Why not?
Omar Fatah is a Somalian immigrant who's running for mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And recently, he just held a rally. You want to know what he said? Take a look.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Somalia. Here on state.
So this is how you begin your pep rally for your Western position, leadership position as a mayor of a Western city. You start by calling a foreign entity out. And after you've called the foreign nation out, then you say, oh, America, right? You start with all the flags and the color for your foreign country behind you. And then you put this one little twinky dink flag of America. And because you're not catering to Americans, you're catering to more Somalians in the borders of America, establishing their own sovereign way of doing business, feeding off the federal government at the same time to finance their exploits locally and over the water. Okay? That's how you start it?
Early voting November 4. I need your...
Here's my question. This is a Somalian man running for office in an American city, waving a Somalian flag, speaking Somalian to Somalians, telling them to vote for him, pledging loyalty to Somalia. Why isn't he in Somalia? Seriously, instead of advocating for importing tens of thousands of these people into the United States, why don't you just go live there if you love it so much? I mean, it's a genuine question. The average IQ in Somalia is 67. Why do we want more of that in America? I mean, could you imagine the uproar if a Norwegian guy was running for office in the United States and he was waving the Norwegian flag, speaking Norwegian, pledging his loyalty to Norway, saying that he wants to bring tens of thousands of Norwegian immigrants over to get a better life? Or would people not care because they would assimilate into the culture and actually contribute to the system?
Hey, we don't never say that. Black America hasn't even spoken about that. I think if I saw a bunch of Norwegians coming here screaming for their country and wanting to live here, but waving their flags for their country, and they're planning on bringing more over. You guys talk about racism. You guys think that they're coming after you. I would be like, okay. I'll say the same damn thing. White, I don't care, Asian, you need to wave the flag of America. You don't need to wave the flag of your country to rally the support of your countrymen in a country that's not your country. I don't see how logically this makes sense.
America is if you're not pro-America, first and foremost, then you have no business being here. If you don't like this country, you can leave. No one will stop you.
That's true. We're not going to get up here and stop you. You're welcome to leave whenever you want to, how fast you choose to. Go. But this is what we're dealing with. So this is not an attack against Somalians. This is people. We're people, and all we're saying is that whether you're black, Asian, white, wave the flag of America. And don't do it like you're some type of Manchurian candidate, okay? Like, really love the place that you live and appreciate the fact that this country took you in. Don't manipulate it, abuse it, and say, okay, it took me in, now I'm going to take everything possible that I can from it. It goes back to the phrase, I think, who was it? I think Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. I think John Kennedy said this: ask not what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country? That's the simplest way to put it. If you're an immigrant, ask not what America can do for you, but what can you do for America? What can you do? I don't see any of that in Somalia, and for that reason, I will continue to cover this story. I will continue to put my foot on the neck of it. I will continue to share it, every last bit, detail, granule, because that's borderline treason to me. You know, that's my opinion. And you may not like it. If you don't, leave a comment below. You're welcome to leave your comments. Keep it respectful. But to me, that's borderline treason. It is.
I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We don't share an allegiance because I'm black. Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language, and that's the English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty, undivided, explicitly, for the United States of America. If that ain't what the fuck you about, then you ain't about what I'm about. Being an American first and only, honey. Not nothing in front of it. Not no stipulations behind it. We not the same.
They not like us. You're not the same. If your allegiance is to anything outside of the United States of and any country outside of the United States of America, we're not the same. You can admire where you came from, where your family came from. You can hold it in high regard. You can reach out to the people there. You can still have that community. But damn, if you cannot put America first, why are you even here? Is it the money? And if it is the money, then it's shame on the politicians and the people that say that that's okay in your party. I keep saying we're dealing with a rainbow coalition. They don't care on the Democratic side. Their vision of patriotism is different in a lot of ways. And I'm not, and that could be a general statement and say, hey, Leon, how do you know every last Democrat's vision is? Because when you advocate and you're not frustrated with that type of turnout for someone running for mayor of a Western country, then I can't say you're American. I can't say you care about your country. You haven't experienced what could potentially take place. No, you don't. You don't.
I find it funny how pointing out fraud immediately makes you right wing. This story ain't about the race, it's about where the money went and who is trying to cover up the tracks. And when you start asking those questions and it points to the left wing leaders, you kind of know where the rest of the story goes. Stay level headed and keep up with the news, man, because we're going to be watching this Somali issue. We're going to watch it real close.
Some of us going to have our eyes on it. Some of y'all like to put your head in the sand and just walk away. Oh, it'll fix itself. Okay, cool. I'm not going to say it won't. It won't fix itself. Let me correct you. People who post and we talk about it, we shed light on it, will actually be the ones who fix it. Who actually be the ones who fix it. So, hey, like, subscribe, follow for more content, please. Definitely, you can definitely share your super chats, and I will. I'll shout you out, definitely. But going back to what I was saying, the Democratic Party, I hold that at fault. Okay. Coming from a household where everybody voted Democrat because nobody took the time to actually think about what was going on. And then as time went on, hey, we don't like this. Hey, we don't like that. And then my family started to wake up to it and understand what was really taking place and change their stance and position. Okay. This issue is going to be around, I think, for a while. It's going to be for a while. We can't forget in the midterms and going in the next election, 2028, what's happening right here. We should never forget it.
I don't dislike Somali immigrants because they're black people. I dislike them because they walked into my house, were given shelter and resources, and then stole from me. That's the part that's not clocking. See, you've let Democrats condition you so deeply with race language that you don't even realize how low their opinion of your intelligence is. They know they can hijack your emotions and shut down your reasoning and keep capitalizing on it. Because this isn't about people being black. This is about tens of millions of dollars being stolen through fake institutions that were supposed to house and care for children, child care funds, American taxpayer money you worked for, and the very man you wanted to have be the vice president runs this state, allowed this to happen, and is now defending it by race baiting you. How does that not infuriate you?
And I wonder why it doesn't infuriate anyone. I wonder how we can have these arguments back and forth right now about whether Trump is right, Trump is wrong. I see these Facebook arguments like Trump is right, no, Trump is wrong, and it's hatred towards them. So where is the level of accountability? Do we even have one? Is it okay to have one? Should we have one when it comes to race? How do you decide if it's racist and it's not? How much truth do you need to see in order to know that it's not a race issue? All these are questions I kind of scratch my head and I wonder over, because if we can't even take the time to, if you guys can't look at it and see it for what it is, then what are we actually doing here? Where's the critical thinking? Okay, why doesn't that exist? I don't know. You got to tell me, because I'm beyond curious why some Black Americans are even taking this point. And I don't think it's all. I think on this Somalia issue, Black Americans, I've seen more Black Americans that are saying, hey, this is crap, they are violating, than I see any others, but they're still there. It's still that Black elite who believe that they know better than the rest of us, that we don't actually see what with our own eyeballs what's taking place right here.
I'm seeing everywhere people talking about how Nick Shirley needs security, so I need to tell this story about him, no shade. So I met him for the first time last week at Turning Point's America Fest, and I say to him, I'm like, with the work you're doing, have you started taking a security team yet? And he looks at me and he goes, why would I need a security team? And I'm like, because people want to off you, because you are exposing corruption and people don't like that. And then he looks at me, looks at my 2 security guards, then he points at me, he goes, you don't have hands or something? I was like, oh, bitch, do you have hands? And he goes, yup, with full confidence. And I was like, you know what, period. Just letting y'all know, if y'all see Nick Shirley, don't try it, because he has hands and he may whoop your ass.
He a pretty tall kid also. He looked like he's he can probably put, probably get down, like he get down. Hey guys, like, subscribe, follow for more content. For real, don't you run up on Nick Shirley talking no schmack. You gonna get you whipped. That's a fact. And yeah. Don't do that. He not like Dave Chappelle. He don't need anybody run on stage to defend him, it looks like. Okay, cool.